people are saying like, oh, great, so he gets to remake Return of the Jedi now.
Right.
You know, and look.
And he'll lie and say that's not what he's going to do.
Hey, he'll lie.
Fucking turn around and do that very thing.
Yeah, you've been burned by J.J. Abrams
Oh, yes, a
before.
little bit.
Yeah, with Star Trek. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now I want to get into something right here. I'm saving this last bit of news as a feature because there's the story that came out today about Star Wars, and it's been controversial for a while. Now we all know that there's been many a disturbance in the Force over there at Disney, and they have been having to clean house. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of people who said, you know what, and what they say is you're just not in line. You're creative. You're a talented person. It's been great, our partnership, but you're just not in line.
The Edgar Wright technique.
With our vision, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are people out there with big names who have perfect track records. Like Chris Lord and Phil Miller. Mm-hmm. Or is it Phil Miller and Chris Lord? They were doing that. They were going to do that Han Solo spinoff. They had the whole thing together. The cast was there. Everybody was shooting. Everything was going well. But then they said, nah, it just ain't working because you guys want to do your thing. You keep putting your ideas in there.
They wanted to make it a Lego movie.
Yeah, they wanted to do all with Legos. Wow, I'm looking at Woody Harrelson right there. Like, I'm just going to take a chunk out this boy's head. Got
the munchies.
Yeah, he's going right into that boy's scalp. But if Chris Miller and Phil Lord, because Kathleen Kennedy said, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about your track record.
Yeah.
It's not what I want.
To the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Throw him into that giant sand vagina.
Yeah, get out. Don't care. Them Lego boys had to go. But the biggest shakeup came when they got rid of Colin Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow, y'all know Colin
Trevorrow?
I'll take that. Trevorrow. We'll take that. Hey, we'll take that too, Martin. We'll accept that. Judges say we'll accept Trevorrow. Oh, let's call him Mr. Dinosaur himself.
Sure.
That Jurassic World. Over there sharing director's chairs with Spielberg.
I don't know. Every time you show a picture of him, he looks like a guy I would fire.
You know what?
Damn.
He just always has this look on his face.
Martin, there's wow, I don't want to be judgmental. I really know, but every picture, he's just kind of like, yes, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I made 2 films, and now I'm making dinosaurs and Jedis. My Uncle Berg got my back right here. Spielberg sitting up there next to him. Yes, my prodigy right here. My protege.
They were photoshopped to be in the same room together.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this, and everybody said that this guy can do no wrong at this point. This guy is the next Wonder Kid over here. I mean, when he brought them dinosaurs, he brought those dinosaurs in. Look at I got your back, Colin. Here I come. Everybody loves Jurassic World. Made $1 billion worldwide. And except for Martin.
Nah, I'm in that boat with him.
No, but you know something. Even then, there are people like, okay, I don't even need the whole movie. Just give me that big ass world wrestling dinosaur fight at the end right there.
Nope.
And why you say no, Martin? The rest of the world, as usual, disagrees because they say, even if it's a shitty movie made over $1 billion. So they say, Trevorrow, is that his name? Trevorrow. They say, Mr. Trevorrow over here. No matter what you feel about the movie, this boy makes money. Just make your movies after you made your money and you made a couple of them, a sequel or 2, and then you go out and do your vision. But not Colin over here. He said, "No, my vision is too strong. Y'all don't know how much the world wants to see the book of Henry."
I have to tell you something, and it's very important.
I'd hope to do it all myself, but that's not an option.
With this, a lot of people say, and if you haven't seen this, you should. It's probably one of the what the fuck movie. If you see one what the fuck movie this year, make it the Book of Henry.
Is it out yet?
I think it is, man.
I gotta see it.
The book and the movie is on video. With this is a movie where you have a genius kid who has a pedophile living next door, and from beyond the grave, he gives his mother instructions on how to murder him. Did I mention that all this was from beyond the grave? But the biggest thing that got people thrown off a little bit is that it's also a family film. Because pedophilia and murder brings families together. I mean, seriously, as I watched this, I said, this is not going to last. He will not make it to that film. And sure enough, it came out that they were getting rid of him. The news came out that he was difficult to work with, that people didn't like him working on his movie, his vision, the Book of Henry. Colin tried to get up there, and he's like, well, you know what? That's cool, but I got my Uncle Spielberg behind me. Ain't that right? Hello? Hey. Hello? And Kathleen Kennedy's like, can't nobody protect your ass now. Don't bring that shit over here. Don't bring that attitude. And she finally just said, you know what? You're out. Now, that is the rumor that's going on with this. That's the story that's going on amongst the tabloid. But the thing with this is that the reason why I want to bring this up is because I believe, as difficult as these directors might be, as much as they say that they're trouble, they're trying to change things, they're trying to bring their own vision in. And as I said, I thought, yeah, let these corporations do what they do. It's a business. I might be changing my mind a little bit right now, just a tad bit, because the person that they got to replace the director is J.J. Abrams. You see him right there. He's actually the stormtrooper on the right. And with this, now everybody knows J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams came in, and they say he's the one that pretty much saved the Star Wars franchise, brought that Force Awakens. It brought the spirit of Star Wars alive once more. Practical effects. The Force is back. What I thought those midichlorians. Oh man, it brought that whole mythology of the scruffy hero who came from nothing and is moving on to be a legend. And a lot of people said, yeah, but he kind of cheated when he did that. I mean, it's cool and everything. We're glad Star Wars is back, but really, he kind of just made A New Hope again.
A New Hope Reloaded.
There you go.
Yeah.
People are saying like, oh, great, so he gets to remake Return of the Jedi now.
Right.
You know, and look.
And he'll lie and say that's not what he's going to do.
And he'll lie.
Fucking turn around and do that very thing.
Yeah.
Like you've been burned by J.J.
Oh,
Abrams
yes, a
before.
little bit.
Yeah, with Star Trek.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. I never even saw that. You know, what do you mean? Oh, there was a third one? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, yeah, you know, you're going to do that Jedi thing again. And listen, there's a lot of practical effects in them. I mean, some people, it's pretty much the Muppet Show in some parts. Mm-hmm. So if he wants to go out there and do practical effects and make all kind of Muppets and everything, then maybe this movie is the perfect one for him to remake. But a lot of people are saying, you know what, I would like just something fresh. I mean, if you could just, you know, this time just start with something new, I'd appreciate that. I myself am saying, look, you can go out there and put in all the Muppets, teddy bears, Ewoks, and all whatever you want to. Salacious crumbs. You can put that little crackhead bird in there.
Oh, you've seen the new one, right? The new toy they got coming out. It's basically just a small. It looks like a Furby. I forgot what they're called, but what are they called? Porgs. Yeah, it's the new Star Wars cute animal that's supposed to be popping up soon.
See, there you go. I mean, it is marketing, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Oh, they there.
I give up.
They are there.
Shit, you might as well throw Kermit the Frog in here.
And they are like super cute.
So even when it comes back, it can't help but just go back into the same loop all over again.
Damn. I mean, why am I surprised? Shit, we saw BB-8 up in there, so
just stop bringing things back.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Kylo Ren is pretty much Darth Vader. You know, I mean, come on, you know, yeah. The whole thing with this is that they are remaking all the successful elements of this franchise and just regurgitating them over again and just taking advantage of the people who are just hungry for this. Mm-hmm. And I can deal with all that if you don't give us another goddamn Death Star. I can't deal with these Death Stars anymore. You know, these Death Stars are so...
It's a flawed strategy that should be plainly obvious by now.
You know, it really is.
I mean, the resources that have to go into making something that can be destroyed in an instant.
That is the funniest thing with me, man. This is the reason why I say this franchise needs to be challenged. And maybe some of these guys who were coming in, if they're getting rid of, were doing that. Because that goddamn Death Star is probably the most powerful character in the Star Wars universe. That Death Star right there, you can't end the movie or make a Star Wars movie unless they got the Death Star making an appearance. Unless they are building or they are blowing up a Death Star.
Well, it's not in the prequels.
What? Exactly, Martin.
Actually, the first one, it is in the first one. They
Is
just
it?
made it a droid ship.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
But you know what? Even though it was called something different, even though it was mostly not present, you notice it wasn't there, and they were shitty movies. When I
But they tried something new.
Maybe it's a superstition that you have to have it, or else the movie's just gonna fall apart.
if they aren't building or blowing up a Death Star, it is not a good movie. And even when they are building a Death Star in the good ones, it's like, why? Because they had that shit for one day. They got it for one day. That shit got that new car smell. They got it for one day to just kind of blow up one or two planets, and then right after that, or right at the 23rd hour, somebody comes swooping in, and they blow that motherfucker right up.
Well, hell, the third one, it wasn't even finished being built yet before they blew it up. They're like, fuck you.
I know. I think somebody just blew up themselves. Like, man, why are we building up this shit?
like a Jaguar. It's really sexy, but it's always in the shop.
Yeah. They. I
It's
mean,
got a scratch. What? It's the size of a moon.
I know. They just took that Death Star off the lot and then kaboom! I'm thinking maybe it was a good thing to have Colin Trevorrow around. Maybe it was a good thing to have somebody.
Even J.J. Abrams could come back in and make a shot-for-shot remake of Return of the Jedi, and it still be better than anything Colin Trevorrow was going to do.
You know what? I for the most part, I agree with you on that. Say what you will about the Book of Henry, but the Book of Henry is so batshit insane, man, that this guy tried to do something with it. And the thing is that it's not him trying to be a hipster or anything. Like, this guy really had something that he thought was different, something that was straight from his way of thinking, his mind, and he dared to put it out there. Now, whether he was difficult to work with or not, that's another thing. But I would tell you that you will never see a movie like this. I dare you to find one family film out there that has murder and pedophilia in it. You ain't gonna find it. This will be the one. As I was looking up and taking notes on this particular feature right here, where this is from the Atlantic, and they say that, in Hollywood, the moguls are the new auteurs. Like, you really are kind of a hired gun when you go in to direct some of these bigger films. And the thing is that it's getting harder and harder for some of these smaller directors and people with unique visions and indie directors to come in and get their movies seen, because these big films are taking over the theaters.
Because all those original movies you're talking about, they're coming on Amazon and Netflix.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And even that area is starting to get a little crowded now. And it's getting harder and harder to compete in that area. So I'm not saying that. Damn, Martin, you right here. Every time I look at this dude, I'm like, what an asshole. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Because nobody really knows the story behind what happened here.
That's true. I mean, a studio is quick to paint somebody with the brush of they were difficult to work with.
Yeah, and maybe they were. And maybe he wasn't the right guy for the job. But part of me says that the more I see these directors come in, the bigger ones, and they know how to play the game with the studios. And when I say play the game, it's kind of like we know how to play it safe. And the products that they come out with are safe. And I tell you, they come out with another Death Star in Star Wars, I'm done. Like, you full of shit,
You
Corey.
see what Disney keeps doing? They keep hiring directors that have like buzz around them, or like a couple of good things under their belt, but they're not like those heavy hitters like it's Spielberg or like
they want people they can push around.
Yeah, so like you can get like push Josh Trank around, Lord Miller, what's the name, Trevorrow here. So yeah, they go for those people that we can push them around, but if they push back, we can just let them go and nobody's going to complain about it.
Yeah,
it's like the whole thing with Mark Webb on those Amazing Spider-Man movies. He had his one small movie that was a big hit, but he had no juice. They'd say, like, you do this, you fucking do that.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they just need a person to fill a chair.
Yeah.
And there are some directors who would just not like that, I mean, and that anything goes. If they get rid of Miller and Lord, then anybody can be dismissed.
Right. Yeah.
Make Han Solo funny. Ain't nothing funny about Han Solo. Well, actually, get out!
He has a lot of the best lines, actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that movie, man, because they lost Josh Trank on it first, then they lost Lord and Miller, and then you hear about all this stuff, reshoots and everything. So who knows?
Oh no, they got a new director on it right now. Kathleen Kennedy.
It's my shit.
Yeah, my shit. Look, she got a Star Wars too. Just in case you don't remember, I'm running this shit.
Don't frighten us with your sorceress ways, Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
What?
walking around with a robe on.
Yeah. So be it, director.
She's got a taser. Force lightning.
Nah, I'm just saying, I really do. I would like to see, now that I feel like, they got J.J. Abrams back, I really kind of thinking, it feels like it might be safe again. What could these new directors have brought if they could have kept them under control?
Sure, because I think it was important for him to come on at first, and even doing what was essentially a remake. It was just, hey, we got to right the ship. We got to put it back where, give everybody what they remembered, get back to the starting point. And now that it's going in its direction, now we can bring other people in with different visions and do all this other stuff. Because now they have, besides just the movies, there's the comic book series that they are saying these are canon now, and the TV series, the animated TV series. They have enough going on where they can pull from other sources.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, people. I'm looking forward to whatever they do. Just kind of wishful thinking right here. More of a what if. What if some of these people came in and just really did just shake it up a little bit? Because sometimes you wonder, are they really being trouble, or do they really have the best intentions of, come on, guys, you're regurgitating the same shit. Just add a little something different.
Get
Just
the guy
a little
who
spice.
does The Conjuring.
Yeah.
So they can get sued.
Well, are you looking
story.
Looking forward to the new Transformer movies? Because it's not going to be Michael Bay anymore.
I'm curious about what they do. I really am. Yeah, I'm curious about what they do with that. I
think there are only 2 Star Wars movies with no Death Star in it. Attack of the Clones and Empire Strikes Back.
Let's try some other things. Get Tommy Wiseau to direct one. See what happens.
Go for it. Why not?
Line would be around the block.
It really would. The Death Star instead of the